Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim and Iratus, Lord of the Dead. The Memescendence continues where we left things off last time. We were graced by the dark gods of RNG to obtain a boiling blood, to create a wonderful YOLO solo meme-tastic stuff. But I'm holding off until we get another brain. Well, the next fight we're up against won't be very good for Liches anyway, so we'll see if we get a brain from that, and then we'll whip out the YOLO solo Lich as promised. And I have some names, as the keen amongst you might be able to see. For the Lich, recommended by your name, I'm sorry, Ikaropace? Vecna. We've actually never had a Dungeons & Dragons name before. So Vecna was a human turned evil Lich that was incredibly powerful, so much so that two artifacts, mythic level items were named after them. The Eye of Vecna and the Hand of Vecna. And they were all that existed of Vecna because Vecna was destroyed forever ago. But Vecna came back later on and rose as a demigod and then to a lesser deity, and then Vecna was trying to become a greater god, like part of the pantheon, and they used Vecna trying to ascend beyond reality and mix up the various planes to their being, or their whim. They used that to explain the transition from Edition 2 to Edition 3, and I thought it was awesome. Plus, Vecna was lawful evil, later turned to neutral evil, but you know, Lich is evil. Good name, thank you. As for Zimmomi, the suggestion from Ricardo Devali was Mumra from Thundercats, I'm pretty sure. The full title for Mumra is Mumra the Ever-Living, so I just put Ever-Living in front of Mumra because the whole thing didn't fit. So the Ever-Living Mumra is here to be our murder mummy. Seemed appropriate. And from Ricardo as well, we have Red Sonja for the red-haired ghoul. Do you get it? Red Sonja was a female character within like the same mythos as Conan the Barbarian, basically. You know, she was a barbarian, master martial artist, bikini-wearing slaughterer. Now, I don't really want to see our ghoul in a bikini. Chainmail bikini. She was kind of like what popularized it, quote-unquote. But, I do think our red-haired ghoul has done well. So she got a name. And that's everyone, I believe. As you can see, still have some available options. If you have a name just itching in the back of your mind, let me know as we go kill stuff. As I mentioned, this fight is not very good for the Lich, because Mark from the Doomsayer is Bad News Bears, and then both of the mages have resistance. Not much resistance, but some resistance. So speaking of the Bad News Bears, I'm going to try and kill the Doomsayer as soon as possible, to not let him do the thing. That's it.
Good. More materials.
Okay, we're good.
I didn't think it would be this easy.
It's also worth noting that with the Lich, you can't really control its attacks at all. That's not a thing that happens. You just get what the Lich feels like doing, which is fine. We're evil. We're okay with the wins. After all, we're Iratus. All we do is whatever we feel like doing. Which, depending on the day, might be terror, it might be agony. Desecration is also a good one.
One by one, life vanishes from this world.
I don't know why that's so funny, but it is. Our Black Widow's gonna have to go heal up. But that's okay. Because we have YOLO solo Lich time. Maybe. I want to make it, but I don't know what we're going to be up against, of course.
Ends,
aha! I was right to hold. I could feel it. A disturbance in the force. Now, this technically is not also great for the Lich for the same exact reason, but it's time. And that's really all I'm going to say about it. It's time to do the Damahe. So, for Vecna, giving the Boiling Blood, this makes it so that for each unfilled squad slot, the minion receives plus 4 armor, plus 4 resistance, plus 14 attack, plus 14 dread, plus 4 evasion, and plus 6 accuracy. That's a lot of stats. And on top of it, to help facilitate Vecna's survival, we shall give Vecna the Vampire Effect. This restores all damage dealt as 15% vigor. Beautiful. So, let's go ahead and pick our abilities. Of course, we're going to be taking Shrapnel. This makes the Lich's Q ability, which just randomly attacks an enemy, makes it so it randomly attacks 2 enemies. The catch, because life's a catch, there's always a catch, is that it will also impact the first ally, the ally in the first position.
I expect results.
But with the Lich being in first, that doesn't happen. It's beautiful. As for the other thing we're going to pick up, we're also going to pick up Cruel Sacrifice, because this may... Well, first of all, it gives me 1 point of attack, and I'm on board with that. Second of all, this is some interesting science that I want to maybe make use of. We'll see how useful it actually is. This kills an ally. Usually people try and kill summoned creatures so they don't actually get rid of something, permanent and important, and immediately resets the cooldown on Iratus' talents, making it possible to use them again during this round. Oh. So, 111 accuracy is not bad. Boop. 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 Okay. I'm glad we're all on the same page. I just put everything into attack. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. Next level up, I might just get accuracy to 121 and feel safe. And then move on with our lives. I think that's the plan. As for our talento... Talento! Does anyone still play that game? Anyway. We have 79 Digger Souls. I knew what they were called. And we're gonna make... Do we just hold for... Oh. We can make it now. Okay. The Librarby. Now, thank you, Phil Bear. They brought up an excellent point. Last time, I was searching for other characters to strip armor so that our ghouls could, eat things. And I failed to remember, by which I mean my goldfish memory forgot, that the Unfrozen's Ice Spear upgrade, Penetrating Spear, makes a target lose 24 armor for 4 turns. This is very good. Very good. I've only ever used Ice Lance to interrupt stances reliably, because this ignores block. But Penetrating Spear is very good. It's also worth noting that the Unfrozen naturally synergizes with the Ghoul, because they are always applying debuffs. One of it is 2 of their debuffs actually make enemies lose initiative, and their other one increases the damage that enemies receive, which could scale very well with the Ghoul. So who knows? We might be seeing an Unfrozen buddy soon. I do like the Unfrozen. What was I doing? I do like the Unfrozen quite a bit. Yep, I don't know. Oh, building. Yes, building. And another Lich. Not Vecna, another Lich.
Might I use this one sparingly if I care for my minions?
Only minimally. There was another great Lich suggestion name. I think this one was from you, Kirovets. In the same exact wall of text of you trying to double dog dare me to make a freaking... Well, Dark Knight that doesn't scale attack at all. In that message, I think Kirovets also recommended... Was it Hurst? Is that what it was? It was an old god. Huh. Well, don't mark me. Don't mark me, bro. And this is why I don't like fighting Doomsayers. But I think we're okay. Less okay? Haha, we're okay. I'm still concerned about this, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it.
Rage release.
No matter how concerned I am. So, let's see. Okay. I was concerned, but it turns out
annoyance in the world.
I didn't need to be. Bye-bye.
Another step towards my eternal kingdom.
Almost all the damage on Vecna came from the Mark. And that's why Yolo solos don't go against Marks, and they don't go against stun targets. That's like lesson number 1 about the Yolo solo. Why did I ignore it if I do that? I don't know. Should I go let Vecna heal up? We're at half. Do I care? Vecna can heal up by killing everything too. Is there anything I'm really afraid of here? I mean, if the Demolition Expert goes boom, it hurts. The Adamant can put me to sleep. This isn't unideal. I would take this fight if Vecna was full health. Oh, I didn't put Neo in the arena. Go do that. Let's save the Blood Phantasm. Our blue boy. Dabu-dee, dabu-die. Dabu-dee. Iratus gains 50 wrath after killing a target with a distraction spell. Do I pick this up yet, or do I just keep going down this? Because I kind of like all of this. Okay. Oh, if we're going to do Yolo solo, Indiscriminate Fire would be really nifty, wouldn't it? Alright. Let's do that. That sounds fun. Vecna's healing. The Black Widow is combating. Good, 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 good. Everything is going according to plan. Is it? Yes, sure. We'll go ahead and wait here with our yet unnamed ghoul. So am I going to kill the Ataman? I guess. That's kind of the responsible thing to do, isn't it? I think. Because she puts people to sleep, which is annoying. And she eats her friends and becomes stronger, which is also annoying. I guess the only question is which one is more annoying.
Wrap this one into furniture.
Okay. Just kidding. There isn't much of a question. We're good. That's a lot of features. If only I had a character that scaled with that. Or buffs, excuse me. It was buffs that came from features.
Corpses.
Must be a lucky charm. You hope to kill that which is already dead. I don't remember what Mumra's voice was. Mostly because Thundercast was a little bit before my time. But I just went with my gut feeling there. Can I eat you? Thanks, bro.
One more for the stockpiles.
No. I almost forgot. Yes. Set yourself on fire. This guy is uber dead. I'm gonna let Red Sonya get the kill. That's a thing she would do. Same.
Soon this world will be mine.
Oh look, another Crimson Chains. And the Skin of Alabaster. Meh. This is an interesting item, because it's that one and the Funeral Coin, I believe, that reduce damage received from critical damage. And the reason is because critical damage is scaled differently. Well, I wonder how many times Solis has explained this to me, and I never remember exactly what it is. The point is that armor doesn't negate crit damage in the same way it negates regular damage. Was it armor or whatever? You get the point. It helps reduce extra damage that isn't mitigated in normal ways. We'll just go with that. So we have before us the Void Pendant. Iratus receives 16 spell power. The Hatchet. All minions gain +2 attack and +2 dread. And the Sickle. If the total sum of minion levels in battle is less than 21, after victory, Iratus additionally gains 10% experience from the current level. Nice. This actually... Hold on. This triggers with Yolo solo, right? But I want the Void Pendant. Okay.
More for me.
I want the Void Pendant. Don't get me wrong. We're a destruction Iratus. We want spell power. That's a thing that we can make great use of. But
It embellishes my undead features.
I'm gonna take the amulet.
It embellishes my undead features.
This would allow Vecna to basically farm Iratus a ton of levels before the end. Now, do I take my luck again with a Doomsayer? What could possibly go wrong? I shouldn't have said that. What could possibly go wrong? How to test fate. 101. Mark me. Good. That was the last ward I had, so I needed to do something.
Have a warm end, my friend.
I'm doing that just to get rid of the ward, in case Vecna feels like shooting him. Goodness. Good. Everything right now is good. Less good. Very not good.
Become part of the breathless tide.
Okay. Baby, okay? Oh!
A predictable outcome.
How to taunt Fate 101. I'm insane. You know that's... I had a great comment. I'm going to pick up the curse advantages. I had an excellent comment. It was very nice. Thank you. On, when we killed the Ascended Magister. I'll explain that in a second. Oh, the curse advantage we picked up for the mummy. At the start of its turn, the mummy restores 4 vigor for each curse on enemies. Did they nerf that, or was it always 4? I thought it was 5. Anyway, the reason I picked this up is because I want to do something later. I mean, and it would give us some survivability if we find ourselves in trouble, which so far we haven't been in. And we could YOLO solo this boss, but we're not going to. So we'll fight the Keymaster with this group. But real quick, the comment I got was that I had both great commentary and common sense. It helped inflate my ego, truly. But I was just thinking about that, and I had great common sense after I literally walk up to the door of death and tell it a knock-knock joke with Vecna. Like, I knew everything that could have gone wrong, and pretty much everything that could have did. The only saving grace was the Doomsayer marked my ward, so I didn't actually get mark on me, and then he buffed the Spearman instead of marking me again, which would have caused the Golem hit to crit and kill me. Whew. Okay, well, enough getting by the skin of our teeth. Here we go to the very first boss. We have our reliable crew, Blood Phantasm, Double Ghoul, and Murder Mummy to take on the Keymaster. The keys in his possession granted this man great purpose. For a bribe and a favor, he was willing to carry missives, arrange fights, and allow gangs of criminals to quietly murder their competition while they slept. He saw himself as a king, and the keys were his crown. As long as they were needed, he was needed. But the undead care not for the jingling metal, and for the man himself, they will have no need at all. It's true. Although, to be fair, his body is large enough to create some sort of abomination. That's a thing we could do. If we wanted to. Just a thought. Little tidbit. That actually reminds me, for those of you that have played or watched my Total War 3 Kingdoms playthrough, this won't be much of a surprise to you. But there was a Chinese warlord, often seen as the ultimate bad guy, kind of, for 3 Kingdoms, named Dong Zhuo. Dong Zhuo was overweight, to say the least, and I did a dum-dum. Heal me.
Rot their flesh and their soul.
For a moment, I forgot that moved backwards. I was just so distracted. Boop. Anyway, Dong Zhuo was incredibly overweight, which was kind of bizarre for the time period, but he was. And he basically usurped the throne of China in like, what was it, 200 something? 200... whatever. He usurped the throne of China during the Han Dynasty. And he, when he was overthrown eventually, betrayed by his stepson, the people lit his body on fire. And because it was so fat, there were rumors that...
making a mass grave.
It burned in the middle of the street for like 2 or 3 days. And that's what I'm reminded of every time I see the Keymaster. Can I eat you? No. Okay. The curse actually helped out by giving a debuff that increases our domahe.
Yes,
ghouls.
You are my anger.
Also, I dropped a volley of spears on him while I'm doing my comparison to Dong Zhuo. Also, I think he's just dead. Yeah, he's dead.
A sad display for mortal kind.
A legendary heart! Wow. Wow. We got the bull skull as well. Wow. I wasn't even really paying attention. I was too busy focused on telling my story. But hey, we did it! Now as for what we're gonna do here, the ever-living Mumra. I think we're gonna Cursed Feast. Or Absorb Power. Where we're going, Absorb Power might be useful. What's the debuffs we need to get rid of? Are there any? Well, there are a few. I usually found Cursed Feast to be more useful than Absorb Power. But Ever-Living Mumra is a murder mummy, and +2 attack is +2 attack. Yeah, know what I mean? Jelly bean? Okay.
My enemies are in for a nasty surprise.
I think I'm also going to upgrade with Vigor. Just to put a little softener there. As for Red Sonja, honestly, and what's her face? I kind of like Repulsive Mark. What? So digest into efficient digestion. The ghoul receives +10 vigor until the end of battle. So it makes meh. Remove all debuffs. Huh. So purge all debuffs, or just have +15 more vigor. +15 more vigor sounds useful, honestly. I think I'm going to go for Repulsive Mark. I like this because the buff will go from 2 turns to 3 turns.
Get back to battle.
So I don't have to press it as often, because I don't want to be doing this with the ghouls. I want to be doing something else, you know, like eating things, or killing things, or both. Porque no los dos? As for the Blood Phantasm, I have some vigor. We're getting into a scary floor, so you can have some vigor. It's fair. So, that is the first floor. What do we think? It was really easy. I've been playing on the higher difficulties too much, but it was a lot of fun. I liked eating everything. And we have Vecna now, who's going to have a lot of fun on this next floor. Also, we can max out the library. The freaking Digger soul cost differences is insane. Because on... Does it start at Good Always Win? I think Good Always Win is higher. It's 25, 50, 100, 200 instead of 75, 100. That's way more. What just happened? My game minimized.
Built on a foundation of bone.
Bone. I think Steam is telling me I signed out. Which I didn't, but whatever. It's fine. To the next floor, the Dwarf Tunnels. I think Vecna's going to join us. This next floor seems like a Vecna thing. If you know what's coming, you'll know why. Here we go. Time to go fight the Dolly. The hunger for wealth had long since become the only virtue among the hardy dwarven folk. Gone are their ancient traditions along with the names of their ancestors. For what was more powerful, logic, or some dead dwarf rotting away into dust? Their ruthless scientists and alchemists knew the answer to that question, and the human kingdom was more than willing to facilitate their experiments. They have grown rich and feared, setting up their own enclave and became the default overseers of the mines. And we're going to go fight them. Now, if you have seen the second floor before, just a heads up, stress teams are really scary here. Not impossible, just scary. And that's still true.
Rage released.
The reason primarily is because of these berserkers. Deals 30 stress damage to itself at the start of each of its actions. That's not important. The important part is that for every 10 points of sanity missing, gains +1 attack. And it has 200 max sanity. You can do the math. It's a little terrifying. That being said, the berserkers are still not the most terrifying parts here. I really hate, well...
So, this is what 1,000 years of evolution looks like? Pathetic.
It might be more important to say that there are a number of enemies that mess with you in a number of new and inventive ways.
Mop up the gore. I'd hate to see plants using it as fertilizer.
I think I can feel the bonus experience. Because we already have 3 talents for this. Indiscriminate fire. This will give us +50 spell power if there are 2 or fewer minions left on the battlefield. Good use of grammar there. I don't know where that came from. I just like grammar. So anyway, here's what we're looking at on the second floor. Second floor, what do we want? What do we want? Well, we can use cultists to make fun of the mummy. I could enact my mummy situation sooner rather than later. We would need at least 2 more cultists to make that work. There are a ton of cultists. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a lot of cultists. As for what else we would want with the cultists, I'm thinking Slipper for the Banshee. Murdershee needs to survive to murder. Makes sense. Thinking the Shade Flame. He can't be a tank if he doesn't heal. Pretty important there. Is that it? Ah, Mask. The Carnival Mask. I think that's it. Huh. We could try a non-Yolo solo Lich. I probably need the skill for that one. Probably. Maybe. Maybe not. If it's a summoning Lich, we don't need the skill, because the summoning Lich just kills its own summons anyway. It doesn't care. So, if we wanted to hit up cultists soon, we would go to the left. Does this bring us to anything interesting? I'm seeing a lot of nope. It's looking pretty bare bones, my friends. So, I think we're going to have to go with the old, tried and true zigzag formation. So how do we best a zig and a zag? Do 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 do. This way. So we want to go this way, I think, through the middle. Whoosh. So to the right first. The right. Smack. This, wow, I'm skipping a lot of cultists with this path. I don't like that. Oh, then there's one here. I'd only hit one with that path. That's not good. Maybe I don't care. Maybe we're okay with not caring about cultists on this floor and focusing more on value. Is that an option? Okay, so we want to start, we'll start right, and then we'll go like this, then curve that way. Okay. I see the lines. Kind of. I kind of see the lines. Alright, let's go right. Let's get some artifacts. I don't like saving this cultist, but I'm also not using the cultist for anything at the moment, so it's not like it's the end of the world. It's just mildly annoying. I have to use it, don't I? Alright.
Toss it with the rest.
Is this a weapon? Nope.
Fetching.
Alright. So what this is... Sorry, I got totally absorbed in my own thoughts. This is the Power Fist. It unlocks a secret destruction spell that deals 20 to 40 plus 12 magic damage to the first 3 enemies in the line. Spell power increases the damage dealt by 2%. I think the actual number is like 0.06 or something. It's small. That's not right. Anyway, it's small-ish. But with the indiscriminate fire and other spell power application increases, we should be fine. Like, honestly, I'm okay taking Vecna into this. Probably. Probably fine. Absolutely. Let's pop this. And be absolutely, probably fine. Probably. We are fighting a few things we haven't seen before. The Alchemist and the Trader. The Alchemist is actually incredibly annoying. I didn't think about this. Thankfully, we have the ward. So what the Alchemist does is very annoying. The Alchemist does buffs and debuffs primarily. What he just threw at us, I think, was the debuff... whatchamacallit? The thing that gets rid of armor, which would have really hurt. So we're going to open up with Chain Lightning with our 110 spell power. That's plus 66 to Mahe to all 3 of these characters. Pretty good.
Ooh, this one voided its bowels just as it died.
Pretty ironic then that I hit one of the warded characters. Well, this went well. Alright, Solus, it happens. You can be happy. Okay, we have a bit of a problem here. I need to kill them, but I need to heal. And I don't think I can do both. We're going to go ahead and just hope that 15's enough to heal. Look, it was. Excellent decision making.
My will is a tide that will wash away your pathetic civilizations.
Alright. It's good. That was actually just hilarious. It does cost 30 mana, which is not cheap. And it's now giving me plenty of ideas on how to begin our spell casting chaining group. But we have to wait for that. Oh, I should have gone with Corrosive Cloud. I could have used this Yolo solo. Oh well. I'm pretty sure that I just hit hard enough. Vecna just slams it down. Vecna don't care. Vecna's a lesser deity. This could be fun, though. Let's have some fun. The reason I think this could be fun is not what you may be thinking. I guess we'll just wait and upgrade the obelisk next. Usually I max out the obelisk first, but I just took the opportunity to max out the library. So. Okay. Let's begin. I don't actually remember. Is the Berserker more annoying up front? Omega lol. No. It's actually hilarious because the Berserkers hitting multiple times is actually not in their favor when they're attacking the Blood Phantasm.
Perish.
So that's funny. Alright. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Frenzy. Flurry. Boop. Oh, I just remembered that I could kill something and get a ridiculous amount of wrath. Oh, I should have broken your blocks. Well, that's dead. Ow. Leave me alone. Murder mummy coming in hot. Nom nom nom. Nom 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 nom. Ooh. I do really enjoy the instant block removal. That makes me happy. 12 health is not bad. Aw. That's fine. Let's heal real quick. Actually, I should probably let him heal, huh? Don't hit me. Ah. Wait, why'd you get buffed? Oh yeah, the Serpent Skill. Duh. Okay, this will be fine. I want the Blood Phantasm to heal, so I'm playing a little bit of a game here. But it worked out. Do these stack? I don't think so. Nope. Would it stack if I picked different ones?
Ooh, I hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
That's a thought. Because if so, I made a mistake. I don't feel like it would, but it might have. They aren't technically different buffs.
Mine is the winning side.
After a victory, Iratus recovers 40 mana for each enemy that fled. That would incentivize like a Banshee mana recovery plan. But when enemies flee, they don't drop parts. And that's a no-no. I need that in my life. I need all the parts. Can't you see what I'm trying to do, game? Okay, so now... Coffin. Coffin. Take the coffin. Roll the dice. Show me something good. Okay. Ask and you shall receive. We have the Sadist Hand. This increases damage dealt by 10%. It'd actually be quite appropriate to give this to Vecna, wouldn't it? Huh. Well. The other option, another Spider Mandible. Remember, each time that you attack with this equipped, each attack will apply 4% Vigor and Sanity damage for single target abilities, or 2% Vigor and Sanity damage for AoE. Of course, reduced for bosses to certain amounts. 25% of effectiveness for the bosses. I don't know why I'm at that. And Ashes of the Burned Witch. Set enemies on fire for 2 turns when minion uses ability, dealing 4 damage with AoE abilities and 2 damage with single target abilities. There's a lot going on with this thought that I'm having in my head. There's too many things.
All for my future kingdom.
I picked up the Ashes, mostly because I saw them and I remembered a great memory. My love, Ankia, who carried me through Good Always Wins.
They will carry the curse of my tomb to the world.
Alright, Obelisk rank 3. So I'm thinking, what I was thinking when I picked it up, is that our Blood Phantasm doesn't have something here. Now, in reality, let me be perfectly clear. If you were trying to use the Blood Phantasm as a frontline character, you would definitely, without question, want Steel Spikes for 10% physical damage reduction, Armored Plates for 10% damage reduction just in general, or the Drop of Divinity to increase damage and reduce damage received by 15%. That is what should go here. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, Ashes of the Burned Witch. Now, not only do people set themselves on fire when hitting our Blood Phantasm, we're gonna set them on fire! Isn't that great? I'm so excited. I'm ready to have a great time. Setting things on fire. Let's do it here. Oh, I could bring Vecna, huh? This is exactly the same composition that Vecna fought against last time. So let's see how our good old reliable group does dealing with it. And then we will call it... Oh, hey, how much does this do without the buff? Ooh. Remember, last time we had Indiscriminate Fire active, which was plus 50 spell power because Vecna was alone. And we also had a Necromantic Flask that I popped, which is a consumable artifact that gives plus 30 spell power. So we had plus 80 spell power that we presently don't possess. So it's important to keep that in mind. If you want. It's whatever. We'll just buff Red Sonja and then have her kill something. I'm not sure how it decides which ghoul goes first. It seems pretty random to me. Wait, how did that not count as a hit against you? I feel cheated. Let me heal. And set you on fire. That's always fun. That was my real purpose. Oh yeah, and setting people on fire scales with the ghouls. Just a side note. See? And now it's dead! How cute. I could have eaten it. That was a thing I probably should have done. Nah, well. You live and you learn, eh?
Delivered.
That's actually probably going to hurt a lot. Here. Oh. Is that one hit? That's one hit point. Get wrecked. I'm going to...
Know why? There's no sun up in the sky. Bony weather incoming.
Also, I should probably mention this. I should have mentioned it sooner, but, you know, better late than never. YouTube has been taking forever to process my videos for some reason, and I don't know why. I've not been a bad boy. I don't think. But it will be, like, literally hours for it to process a single video. So, if the upload schedule seems all over the place...
I didn't think it would be this easy.
That's because that's what YouTube has decided. So, my bad. You know, as much as I can take responsibility for that. Which I guess depends on who you ask. I could be responsible and give it like a literal 24-hour upload schedule. But then I can't read your comments for the next video and... you know how it is. The struggles of a content creator. The struggle of sitting here in my basement talking to myself. And then showing it to the world. First world problems, eh? Anyway, that was the explanation. A bit dramatized, but there it was. With the ever-living Mumra. Please continue your slaughter. You've done well. I'm proud of you. I'm going to give some accuracy, again, just to bring us over the 120 threshold. I think that my new favorite magical threshold is 130. But we'll see if we need it. We might not. Red Sonja, going to upgrade 4 for attack. Our white-haired ghoul yet to be named is falling a little bit behind 2 experience points. What a drink. And our blood phantasm that sets everything on fire, chilling at almost level 9. And that, actually, you know what? Hold on. Before I say goodbye, let's open this. Last time I ended on this, it was a good thing. Let's see if we can repeat it. Come on, history, repeat thyself. I'm not mad. We have the Braces of Madness. Minions gain +5 initiative but lose 15 accuracy. I hate this item. The Hatchet. All minions gain +2 attack and +2 dread. We should probably pick this up to use when we're not Yolo soloing with the sickle, but I want the Void Pendant. Iratus receives +16 spell power.
Dark collecting.
We
now
will...
I will make mortals tremble before me. Well, even more than previously.
We will be using that. Do not worry. I'm also going to get some free experience real quick, so don't mind me. What are we looking at? We're looking at 3 talents, which means Soul Leech. Meh. This is a meh ability. I mean, we can use it to interrupt stances and stuff, but whatever. We're really here for the Reign of Gore. Next time, if we can get 4 talent points, we're going to have the ultimate ability, which It seems lackluster, but I have a feeling our ghouls are going to have a lot of fun with that. And next time we'll begin with the battle a Dwarven Warrior, Dwarven Alchemist, Dwarven Oracle, and Dwarven Trader. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. If you have any more name suggestions, feel free to leave them down below, and I will incorporate the ones that I find fancy. Or meme enough. Whichever one. Bye-bye.